see so many people again, your friends, you get lots of, clearly you get money, that's how everybody starts, but seeing friends is just as good really. I'm really happy, thanks for inviting me. For those that don't know me, Abigail Colclough, I'm now a single mum, and I just work the business around my little boy Max, who's 9. I did have a full-time job when I started. Most people do had a job when they started. Job, yeah. And the thing is, you know that 45-year plan that Dave just showed? You don't realise you're on it, do you? And it's the crappiest plan I have ever seen. And it wasn't until Neil showed me the business, and I saw this graph saying where you're going to be and where you're going to get to, and you're going to be on 10 grand when you're 19, and then you're going to get to 65 to be on 10 grand. And I thought, what's going on there? But so thank God I joined. Thank God Neil did show me the business. There's a bit of a should we say contention between me and Neil about how I actually joined the business, because I responded to a newspaper advert, but Neil insists that I was a customer, which I actually was a customer. I'll clear it all up now. I was a customer. I did order something, it was a backstrap thing for me, but it was too big and I returned it. And then a few months later, my boyfriend got made redundant. I had a really good job. It was really good pay. I got off to fly off around Europe on an expense account, enjoying myself on somebody else's money, weekends away, etc. And it were really good. But he got made redundant and just didn't bother to look for a job, lazy git-itis. And so he wasn't looking, and I did respond, Neil Young, if you're watching on the webcam, to an advert in a newspaper a couple of months after I'd ordered something from him. And it was for my partner at the time, Simon. Now he said it was a con, it was a load of rubbish. He actually hid in the bedroom. I lived in a little flat and the walls were really paper thin. And so when Neil came to show me the business, he hid in the bedroom so he could hear everything. And as soon as Neil left, he said, oh, it's a con, it's a this, it's absolute rubbish. Who's heard that before? Anybody? Yeah, we all have. So in a way, it kind of puts a fire in your belly to shove it to them, doesn't it? And show that it works. It's your responsibility to make the thing work. And what happened to me, I went to a meeting that night, just like this, and I saw other people, just like you're seeing now, earning anything from a couple of £100 right up. I think the top earner at the time there will have been Gary Watson, who used to be a fish factory worker, and he was earning, I think, about £4,000 a month then, which is mega money, isn't it? £4,000 a month, mega money. And so I was sold, that was it. I went home with all my catalogues and my kit, and he was still giving it all this, it's rubbish, it's blah, blah, blah. And first month, £217, £50 a week. Now, who in here has earned more than that in their first 4 weeks in business? More than a 217 check? Come on, right. There's no quietness here now, so we want arms up in the air. You've got to shout, me, me, me. Yeah, or I'm not playing. Yeah. How much did you earn in yours? 279.
306.
306. Ooh, 306. Any offers?
233.
233.
I was exactly the same, 270.
Oh, was it 270? Yeah. At the back there?
570.
Way, 570. You're the winner. Now that was mine. It was enough. That's all you need. When you come in, you're all excited, aren't you? Who's failing you? I'm not going to ask you to say anything, but who's failing you? Yeah, just put a little finger up. Yeah. Okay. So you're all excited, aren't you? Oh gosh, this thing, it looks great. And then you might have a bit of a rubbish pickup, oh God, and then it starts to, you're high on enthusiasm, but you're low on belief that the thing's going to work. You wanted to do it, yeah, oh, please work. My first pickup in the business, as you can see there, I put out my 200 books. I had the chap at the time giving it all this, that it was going to be, lose the money, etc. And I think, how much was it to join then? 140 quid something? 140 £140 it was to join, you had to stump that up now. 25 quid, it's unbelievable. 200 books out. All excited, nervous, you know, are they going to be there? Are my book's still going to be there? Is anybody going to throw a catalogue at me? Am I going to get told off? All that kind of feeling that you have when you go. And I got juicy £7. £7 from 200 books. Anybody had one rubbisher than that? Have you? Oh, come on then, Sil, let's hear it. £4.99? 200, alright, okay, let's go with that.
£3.95 on 600 books.
What? Oh my God! I don't think we're going to get beaten that, but go on. How much was yours? Lowest?
Alright, but I still had the rubbish one.
Well, you have to have them. You've got to. You can't build a business without it. But when you're brand new and it's your first one, you're not interested in the have to have a bad pickup vibe, are you? You're walking around, God, what am I doing? So that's how I was. I rang Neil and whinged a lot. Speak to your sponsor, whinge at your sponsor when you first knew. And he said, just put the books back out. Because it's a numbers game, isn't it? What we tell people when we're speaking to them is we say, look, you've got 8 drops in the month. 4 are going to be average, 2 are going to be supersonic skipping down the street, and 2 are going to be rubbish crying your eyes out. If you warn people that's how it's going to be, it's not a shock, is it? So that's what we do. £7. First time, devastated, but okay, let's try it. Put your books back out, and I did. And I got just under £800 of orders. Phew. Relief. And it's a cheque for £217. Now that cheque is your belief then, isn't it? If I can earn £50 a week from this business without having a clue, and all you new people, you're clueless. You have to get clueless. Yeah, absolutely, that's fine. I'm still a little bit that way. Clueless, you don't know what you're doing, you kind of blind faith in it, aren't you, hoping. But 217. When you get that cheque, you want to share that with everybody that you know, even when you get embarrassed about it. Because clean easy, you think, oh, it sounds a bit funny. Why am I doing this? Do your friends laugh at you, don't they? Take the mickey. What are you doing that for? And all that kind of stuff. That won't work. £217, I thought it works. I showed that cheque to everybody that would, well, everybody that came near me. Sent it now. You can email it, you can Facebook it, you couldn't do all that then. And I just sent that cheque because that is a powerful cheque. When we in Clean Easy see these big up, massive incomes, for somebody who's new or looking or just needs a little bit extra, that doesn't make any sense to them. I mean, now I don't really talk about my cheque because people don't believe it. I talk about somebody else's cheque now, you know, so that it's more believable. But £217 to somebody at this moment in time where we are in 2013 is a lifesaver. And that's what we do. We kind of walk in job centres to help people. So that's where it started for me. Oh yeah, here we go. Blind faith, clueless. The system is there. The system works. It's absolutely brilliant, this business, and then we put people in it. The people mess it all up. We make a right mess of it. Follow the system. Just do as you're told, which for some of us is quite difficult, but it does work the best way. Took advice. I spoke to my sponsor. Who speaks to the sponsor really regularly? Fair enough. Yeah. You know. What you'll find if you ask that question in your meetings is the people that speak to the sponsors regularly, daily. That's why they get paid the bigger money. Don't think, oh, I can't ring them. You know, they speak to them daily. They make the money. They're the ones that are supported and make the money. I set the goal for Monte Carlo. There was a trip to Monte Carlo, just a bit like what you've seen for Dubai. And I said to Neil, can I go on that trip? He said, yeah. I said, right, I'm going. And that was that. But what I did do was I told everybody that I was going to Monte Carlo. I didn't know how I was going to get there. I just kind of, I thought if I can make 217, I can see that this thing works. And he said I can go, well, I'm going. I told everybody that would listen, and that is kind of accountability as well, because then I couldn't not go, could I? You know, you can't go and blabbing your mouth off and then mess it up. So I did, it forced me to follow the system. And Monte Carlo trip and gold distributor, that 10 active wide. So 9 months later, I was earning 1,100, just over. So I pretty much matched my job wage. And my people at work were laughing at me. My manager used to call me Mop Woman and Avon Lady and all that kind of thing. And when I got it was quite a long time, at 2000. I've been in a while, I'll tell you about that in a sec. In 2000, the websites were just starting, weren't they? And when I showed them the hotel in Monte Carlo, because it's super posh, it had like a top of the range website for it, with the bedrooms and everything, and they weren't laughing anymore. You know, they all sort of quietly shut up and shuffled off back to their offices. There was no Avon, Ding Dong, Clean Easy, etc. at that point when I was showing the cheque and showing where we were going. And Clean Easy took 440 of us. 440 Clean Easy distributors in Monte Carlo, 5-star, pure, gorgeous luxury, were unbelievable. And they'll take as many as qualify, that's what they do. So, still pretty clueless. what happened then, I'd not really set a goal after that. It was kind of main focus, and so I didn't really have anywhere to aim, so I meandered. Somebody, oh what asked, but people meander. You do meander in this business, okay? It's just how it is. It's like stragglers, you get stragglers. But then what happened was I had an income. A couple of years later I had my son. As things happen, 18 months after that, I was a single parent. Not great, you know, things happen in life, don't they? But I was earning around £1,400 a month then as a single parent. I'd left my job when I was 5 months pregnant, because you can, if you're earning an extra £1,400, and it's the same as your job wage, can't you? If you match your job wage, you don't have to. Who'd be at the work if they were, you know, getting paid, not getting paid still? Come on, somebody must love their jobs enough. No, you don't, do you? So I meandered for a little while on a residual income of about 1,400 quid, which is not bad meandering in my book, really. And then I had my son, and I did the mum thing. And Dave's absolutely right. My life is amazing. My son's life is absolutely amazing. He doesn't even realise, I think it was, somebody said recently, that their children don't realise that they actually do any work, which is not necessarily a good thing. You have to tell them, yes, I do work, because you're there all the time for all of everything. When he was a baby, we just... Going to nursery, when Max went to nursery, it ruined my life. Because we used to just go off places and stay. And I remember my friend's husband saying to me, "You ever going home?" I'd gone for tea. 3 days later. "You going home?" I'm like, "I don't know, might do." But when nursery and school started, I had to start being organised and taking him off to, you know, on time and all that malarkey. It kind of ruined his fun for a little bit, but these things happen. But Max, he's got an amazing life. I can do whatever I like, when I like, with him. We just have so much fun in our lives, so much flexibility as well. I say the only thing that ruins it is school. It's like the mums, you know, in the playground now, 6-week holidays are coming up. Who's heard everybody going, "Oh my God"? Don't they? Big morning. 6-week holidays. Nearly everybody I know.
Bring it on.
Yeah, can't wait. Sitting in jams till 11. Yeah, that's it. All I hear at school is the mum starting, "Oh God, what we're going to do?" Because we've got to find the babysitters, we've got to have all the families involved, the mums, the grandmas, everybody's got to be involved. The kids have got to go from pillar to post all over the place. You know, what a life! What? No, I can't wait. I should have 12-week holidays. The conferences I've been on, I mentioned Monte Carlo there, that was in my first year, and I say first year because when you're new again you might think, oh, it's for the big ups, it's for the people who've been in a while. You new people, most of the people on these conferences, 50% of them I'd say, is it about 50? Are first time qualifiers. New green people who don't really know what they're doing but are there in amazing luxury. So then, as I say, I meandered, and I was a mum then. That was my primary focus, to be a mum. I didn't have Max to then give him to somebody else to bring up. These kids that have to go to childminders and stuff like that, it makes me nearly cry. It really does. And I remember Max talking to one of his little friends a few years ago, and I must have only been about 5 or 6, telling his friend that if he tells his mum and dad to talk to Matt, his mummy, about Clean Easy, then they won't have to go to childminders after school. Do you know what I mean? They didn't. Tough. No, but you know what I mean, it's terrible. So anyway, once things had picked up a bit and Max was starting to go to nursery again, and I had more time and I wanted to focus on the business again, and I'd got some goals, and I'd also done some personal development, which is key, crucial in the business. You've got to grow to earn. At the moment I'm learning how to be worth £5,500 a month, because that's where I want my cheque to be. But you know, it's a bit deep, but your self-image, where you see yourself and where you see what you're worth, is what you'll actually get in your pocket, you know. So 2008 Thailand, amazing trip. Oh, that was just amazing. Caribbean, I'm looking at Sandra. An amazing trip. New York 2011. And then Miami, which we just come back from, 2012. And I'm going to Dubai and the Maldives, without a shadow of doubt. I willed it to be Dubai. Actually, I love Dubai. It's absolutely amazing place. And all year, all I was saying is, it's going to be Dubai. You know, like, we don't know where the next trip is. I hadn't actually thought about it, so I have no idea. But I made this trip be Dubai. I truly stand by that. This is the team. you come in and you meet amazing people. That's why it's so great to be here tonight to see all of you, because I don't get to see that often. But this is the team here. It all starts with you, and then you start to build and share this opportunity with other people. And a lot of people might just want a couple of hundred. But I've got Denise here, a gold distributor, Carolyn and Paul, soon to be bronze execs. It doesn't mean much. Gold is about £1,000 income, bronze is about 2,000 and more actually nowadays. Oh look, Sandra here, that's in the Caribbean, having a screen on the beaches of the world, pushed up there. Meeting people, associating with like-minded people who are positive. Because you don't get it in your life, do you? You get all the whingers and the negheads and all the moaners. So these are just a few pics for you to see about the team. It all starts with you, but then it can grow to amazing heights. Oh, this was the taxi in Miami. Oh, this was hilarious. We came out of the thing and we were late, we missed the flight. We got stuck on the M1 and we missed the pigging flight. 2 hours we were spent on the M1 panicking. Clean Easy being Clean Easy, we rang them in advance and said, look, we're stuck here, we think we're going to miss the flight. You know, what would you think? Oh, well, tough. You're going home then? No? They booked us on a flight. A couple of hours later, we missed about 3 hours. We're about 3 hours behind everybody else. What company would do that to you? They'd say, it's your own fault, you should have set off early, you should have done this. And so when we came out the airport, we were like stood about as you do, but you know, a bit bedraggled. So we saw this limo and you're like, oh, I wonder who that belongs to. And this guy who was the rep said, oh, that's for you. We're like, oh. And that's when we were strutting around then showing off. And we were there. And everybody's looking at you, you know, like your superstars. You know, as they do, sort of looking but not daring to come over and find out. And then you'd stand there wouldn't you, and go, Clean Easy. You know, it's madness. But this is Karen and Scott and Kev. Kev Ryder, fantastic leader of my business. Karen's coming through, soon to be only a couple of thousand as well. The hotel where we stayed in Miami, look at that pool. They had about, I don't know, 6 or 7 of those same exact type pools, all in this beautiful Sylv. How gorgeous were it? Can you remember?
Yeah. I was going to say, I've never seen your room that clean.
I took this picture before I threw the hand grenade in. You've got to make yourself at home, haven't you? I took it really quickly before. I'm trying to be serious up here. Look at the bed. The bed is huge. You had to it took you 10 minutes to get out of bed in the morning. Come on, can I ring somebody to get me out? Amazing place. There's Kev at the front there with the beautiful fountains. I wouldn't have paid for myself to go to this place. It's free. Dave said it. Free. Who likes free again? Anybody?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. That was our welcoming party. Look, there's Sylv, beer in hand. Okay. Jean and Laura, Karen and Deborah. That was just in the lobby of the hotel there. We kind of got there, as I said, a little bit late. Only a few hours, mind you. We kind of stayed there ever since, didn't we? Really. So that was the girls. And then the boys. And again, you're mixing with people who are there, who want to help you and support you and gee you on. If you told somebody your dreams of going, you know, oh, I'm going to go, like I said, I told everybody I'm going to Monte Carlo and they just laughed at me. It's not very encouraging, that, is it? I'm like, oh no, as if. You know, that's not very, very motivational from your circle of friends, is it? But these guys and the people that you meet within Clean Easy will spur you on every step of the way. It's just fabulous. Oh, this made me crease this. We were supposed to be going to the beach to do sports. There was a rumour going around we were doing water sports and jet skiing and this, that and the other. But it was too windy, darling. It's too windy on the beach for sports, I'm afraid. No, it's far too windy. We'll get sand in our eyes. Can't possibly do it too. It just made me laugh. So they got a yacht instead. We'll just rustle up a yacht and send you all on there instead, floating up and down. I don't know where we were. Where were we? What was it? The river. Floating up and down a big river with massive, beautiful mansions at either side, and we're all like, oh, I'll have that one, I'll have that one, I'll have that one. And had a massive party on the yacht. So where else can somebody, a company, rustle up a yacht for you to go play out on a sunny afternoon in Miami, you know? Glamtastic, there's Karen looking amazing, getting dressed up, all poshed up for our evenings out there. All 5-star everything. It can be a bit intimidating if you're not used to it. I remember in Monte Carlo when I first went, you know, like the witch fork thing, and do you use this and do you do that? But it doesn't matter, nobody's bothered. Clean, easy, people look after you. And this is me, single mum. You know, £3,645 for the last 4 weeks. Which in clean, easy terms isn't actually that much. It's not that much really, but it's a lot, isn't it? I think it's a lot. And it's a lot more because this last 4 weeks we went to Scotland for a little holiday for it was about 7 days, and then went off to London for about 5 days for another little holiday. And you can hear them a bit sort of, anyway, it sounds disgusting whatever I say, so I've been a bit poorly. Last week I was really poorly. I thought I had flu, it was that bad, but flu is bad, so it wasn't so bad. But so for a week I was pretty much doing nothing. So actually, last 4 weeks in the business was, that last month I only worked 1 week. So I worked 1 week and my income was £3,645 for a week's work. Now where else does that happen, ever, anywhere? Oh, don't worry, I'll be working again this next month. But I just looked at that and I thought about it and I thought, my God, I did 1 week's work here. Now it's the work you do before, obviously, but it's just unbelievable. Easy life. Don't get me wrong, in the beginning, the £7 pickups, the wet through to the knickers, the why can't they read the sorry I missed your slip and put the catalogue back out on the doorstep. I understand all that, everybody goes through it. But is it really that big a deal in the scheme of things when what's available? I just put a few pictures up here. This is me and Max in Legoland. And it's, you know, it's a little trip away, and usually, like, well, my friends anyway, they've gone to Legoland for the day, haven't they? You drive down, go for a day, and then you come back. And we were like, no, you're going to be rushing, you're not going to see everything. So we booked a really swanky hotel with made sure it had a big pool and a gorgeous jacuzzi, and it had a plunge pool. Max just goes in plunge pools, spends all his time in a cold pool. And jacuzzi bubbling away, and he's there enjoying himself. The nuts out the kids. And we had 3 days at Legoland. We went on a trip, just 3 days. It wasn't a day in and day out. And really what it's about is your choices. You know, you can choose, can't you, what you're going to do. This is my son now, and he learns from me in the business about, he does, you know, about work ethic, about discipline, about attitude. Not long ago, we were on about someone, I said, oh, I can't do it. He says, if you say you can't, you can't. If you say you can, you can. But it's absolutely right, and they pick up